I invested a lot of money in my motorhome.
You bet.
And it's a bit of a schlep when we get to the camping ground, we set up everything, and I just quickly want to zip off for a pint of milk. We're going to say milk. So sometimes you want a little, I want to take some more wheels with me, and there's a few options when I take wheels with me. One of them is giving the missus the car keys and say, follow me. But that's not ideal, JC.
No, you want the wife with you. You'd get lost without her. So, we have to have her in the motorhome with you. So we want to tow a car behind us. How are we going to do that? Well, there are a couple different ways we can offer, but a tow dolly is a good option to consider.
So the options I've seen, guys, that just have they just sort of like, it's just a normal, hook at the back, normal, what do you call those things?
There's a tow bar. A lot of the time you'll have a tow bar that goes onto the motorhome and just tows it flat on the ground.
But that requires modification on your vehicle, doesn't it?
It sure does, and we can only do that to very specific vehicles that can be flat towed. So it's beautiful to do that. You have no additional items to worry about, but do you have that car? Are you willing to go buy that car in order to get a flat towing car?
Then the other option is I can put a trailer on. So the battle I have with a trailer is I don't have parking space for the trailer when I get to the campground.
You bet.
Because I only get my one little spot, and they get quite pricey in summer, and then I have to do something with the trailer. Now I've got 3 things I need to look after.
That's very true, and a lot of time campgrounds will charge you another site fee for that flat deck trailer or a cargo trailer. So that's where dollies are kind of nice. They're similar to a trailer, but pint-sized.
So dolly, talk to me, what is a dolly?
Okay, a dolly is any apparatus that allows us to take our front 2 wheels, put them up, and carry them on top of this trailer. It allows us to make just about any front-wheel drive vehicle towable. Even a lot of the all-wheel drive vehicles, depending on your model, can be towed up on a dolly. And some of the things you need to weigh out to yourself is, do you want to have a tow car for the next 10 years? If you do, great, let's look at flat towing. If you trade in and out of vehicles quite often and you might tow different vehicles on it, or if you have multiple people in your 2 Cowboys crew that might need to tow cars, a dolly just fits more because you have more vehicle options that can be towed on it.
You said front wheel drive vehicles is preferable?
Yeah, ideally we're getting those front drive wheels off the ground, and just most of our vehicles today are leaning towards front wheel drive. But as I said, all wheel drive and even some of your rear wheel drive, depending on the vehicle, can be put on a dolly.
Do I have to change anything on my vehicle like I have to do with the Toad?
No, most times we do not. We just need to make sure that your vehicle is towable on a dolly, and it will say that in your owner's manual. And it's always going to say there are restrictions. You can only go 60 miles an hour. You can only drive for 8 hours. That's common. That's still a towable vehicle.
Awesome. So you're going to show me one of these things. We're standing right next to it. So what typically is the parts of this thing?
This is not an entry-level dolly. This is kind of the top end of the game in the dolly world. This one here is the Demco Kar Kaddy SS. And why we like this one is I haven't found too many vehicles that couldn't go on it. When you're looking at a dolly, you got to look at how wide apart your tires are on there, because a lot of dollies are very narrow for more Japanese or import cars, where this one is wide enough to take a lot of North American cars. Not to mention it folds for storage. A lot of dollies, this is permanently at full extension.
You got a trailer then, you don't have a dolly.
You've got a trailer, you got a big long girl to deal with, where the Kar Kaddy SS folds up to under 4.5 feet. So a lot of people will just tuck this underneath the back end of the motorhome at the site.
What else do I need to consider when I go for a dolly and I decide to buy one?
What we need to look at is how much weight we're going to be putting on it. This dolly can handle 3,500 pounds directional. That's almost everything up to a half-ton truck just about. And that's 3,500 pounds that's going to be pushing down on this, so on the front end. So are we going to put your big diesel 1 ton? No, it would crush this thing. But I mean, a good-sized half-ton, full-size sedan, not a problem going on this, a lot of SUVs. Ballpark figure, you are going to be very similar to the cost of flat towing. And flat towing is, from that $5,000 to $7,000 depending on how you equip it. So is this dolly. It's right in that range as well. But what I want you to ask yourself is, in 5 years, if you're done motorhoming, how much money are you going to get out of the tow bar from flat towing versus what can you get out of this? And that's the beauty of a lot of why people go with dollies, is you actually have something you can recoup your value from when you're all done RVing someday.
This makes a lot more sense to me, and I'll tell you the main reason is I'm a little nervous about modifications to vehicle because that has all kinds of implications on warranty and lease and those kind of things. So this makes a lot more sense. Honestly, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and you have something that you can lend out to the cousin that's always coming over looking to borrow stuff.
Listen, you guys are getting busy. The people are streaming in. Everybody wants to go camping. It's Friday.
The season.
It is the season. Just one quick last question is, who do we ask for? What is your company name? How do we get in touch with you? Go for it.
Not a problem. When you come into Bucars RV. Come into the parts department, ask for Peter, ask for Dave, ask for Katie, ask for Doug, ask for JC. Any one of us is going to help you out and make sure that this is going to fit exactly what you're looking for.